Squirrels! So hello and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris and today we will be showcasing the new KDA cards, this time in a different deck, this time with a different KDA card. This time it's, just keep saying this time over and over again. In this instance, it is Go Hard that we will be showcasing today, which is a 1-mana slow speed spell from Shadow Isles. And drain 1 from a unit, shuffle 2 copies of me into your deck, which you've cast me 3 times, transform all copies of me everywhere into Pack Your Bags. And then Pack Your Bags is a 1-mana slow speed spell that deal 5 to all enemies and the enemy nexus, transform me back into Go Hard. So, you play 3 of these, you get Pack Your Bags. It shuffles more copies into your deck, which I think actually makes the card worse. Because obviously you're having to then, it's more likely you're going to draw more Go Hards, which is why I've actually gone for 2 Go Hards. I'm not sure if that is right or not. But obviously you don't want to be drawing this all the time. And you probably just want to max out at playing 1 Pack Your Bags and then never drawing or playing Go Hards again. So I think maybe 2 might be right, but it might not be enough. We'll see as I go through with the testing of the deck whether it's enough. But we're combining it with a KEG control list. Obviously that would make stuff like Go Hard drain 2, and things like Unspeakable Horror and Val Feast also drain 2. Withering Wail would deal 2 to all enemies, etc, etc. And of course, if we can get Dreadway down on the board, the ultimate dream is to get Dreadway down into Pack Your Bags, because of course that will deal 10 to all enemies and the enemy nexus, which of course would be an amazing way to win the game. I'm not sure, I might have to play a lot for that to happen, so don't expect it in this video, but if I can get it to happen, I will be showing that if I can. I don't think this deck is in a great position right now because of what the meta is. You basically, with the top deck probably being sort of, either War Mothers or Feel the Rush, Trundle, Tryndamere. It does mean that this deck is kind of like it has a very bad matchup against that kind of deck because they just go a bit slower than you and have like a sort of bigger finisher than you, I guess. And that makes it difficult for this deck to compete because obviously it's not really going fast enough to beat that deck, but it just kind of gets a bit outvalued at the end. If we were in an aggro meta though, I think this would be great. You've got so many drain effects, of course, and then even against sort of mid-range things, if you can get Pack Your Bags off, that could win you the game as well. So I do think it's not a bad deck in general. I just think that right now it's probably not the best deck to be playing with where the meta is, but I still think it could be pretty fun, and I think this is probably where Go Hard fits best. And as I say, if I can achieve the dream of Pack Your Bags into Dreadway, that would be pretty nuts. So let's get into some games and see how we do. So the first deck we do see though is more of a Pirate aggro build. Now this is the kind of deck that we can somewhat take advantage of. Hopefully it's still going to be a tough matchup, of course. It's still a very good deck, but hopefully we can find some of our drain effects. Rekindle, not really what I was looking for there. Salvage might not be the best option either, especially the double draw of Salvage. So we didn't get a great opening hand here. So we'll have to see how this goes. I'm not feeling too confident, but we do have, turn 2 Hired Gun to kill this Legion Saboteur. Or we could Vile Feast it. Would I rather Vile Feast that? I think I might actually pass here. I don't want to waste my Hired Gun on that. I think I'd probably rather run my Hired Gun into this. But what I might do now is just Vile Feast first. Now we're probably expecting something like Misfortune. There is a Go Hard. Ragnite Sentry, interesting. So I will just play my Hired Gun and block the Grenadier if that's what he comes in with, because obviously the Spider has Vulnerable. Now there is obviously a couple things that we could do now. A KEG would be nice, of course, for a Withering Whale perhaps. This actually is a decent draw, as it will give us some blockers. Comes out with a Petty Officer. I think we can probably afford to... Well, I could set up a Withering Whale here potentially. So let's do that. Let's set up a whale. I could go for the Flower Child. It's kind of interesting, right? Like I could attack here. Does he have many ways of dealing with that? I don't think so. So I think let's do this. I'm kind of saying I've got Withering Whale, but I don't think that's a problem because I'm not sure he's got too many ways of sort of dealing with that. Then he plays a Saboteur, so that's not ideal. Let's not key him off too much. Let's say, you know, oh, open attack. You don't want to develop into this. Gangplank would be probably our biggest problem right now.
No prey, no pay.
His fortune isn't great either. We just have to pass because obviously we do have to Withering Whale here. So we'll block here and here. And then we will go for the Withering Whale. I also could have glimpsed there as well. Obviously we can pick off this spider with the Monkey Idol. Do I need to salvage here? I probably do. Ruination and a Deckhand. Deckhand could be okay. Let's see what he does first. Obviously we're gonna do that. Plays a Make It Rain. So what I probably have to do here then is glimpse you. So that was just a normal Make It Rain. Another glimpse. Another Deckhand.
Make it interesting, keep up.
Into Zap. See, now if we get a Withering Whale, that would be fairly excellent. Okay, so find a Hapless, not the best.
Gotta go with the flow.
Find more Zaps. So I guess I'll go with Hapless. Plays a Grenadier. Let's go for this. Now I know that you're probably screaming, what are you doing? But this KEG is actually going to block out 3 damage, so it's somewhat worth it. And we obviously might as well just block there. I might just glimpse the KEG. Get 2 extra draws as well. Okay, guy finds some luck. Also means that this will die from the misfortune. It's probably the worst result. We would have been better off if it hit the other one. I will attack.
Doesn't scare me.
Let's see what he does. Okay, so he developed. That's pretty good for me, I think. He is getting rid of his units.
For the glory of Noxus.
I mean, I obviously have to ruinate now, right? He could have further. Yeah, he does. And what's that, a Decimate as well? I mean, I could potentially still survive here. So if we salvage, we just need either another unspeakable horror. There's a withering whale. So I probably do, what, just have to play whale to survive here? That's obviously not great. You have to hope that he didn't find a unit. Okay, well, he didn't get me then. So I guess I'll start off with you into the keg to try and drain as much as we can with unspeakable horror. You play to make it rain. So I'll go for this first. And this. And then hopefully we find a Doom Beast. We unfortunately find Dust Rider. He deals 1 to us. I want to see what he's going to do first.
Looking for
It's a misfortune.
Found you.
So I guess I play Monkey Idol. He's going to deal 1 to me. Obviously we just need to stop. Decimate obviously is the problem here. Or Fervor technically can get there as well. That one is fine. Is Gangplank correct here to get the extra Val Feast? I think so. To get the extra from the Val Feast. Or I could go Thresh. Which would stop a misfortune attack. Oh, well, it would still probably go for it with that. So let's think. We can either go Thresh or Gangplank. If I go Gangplank, he drags the keg as the thing with the misfortune. Whereas if I go Thresh... Or I could Vengeance and Val Feast there. Maybe that's what's best. It's sort of stopping the most damage. That's the option that's saving us the most health. So back up to 4. Maybe that was the kick. No, because we still would have. We're on 4, I think, either way. So we just have to hope he didn't top deck Decimate. Which he didn't. Did get more damage from us though. But we'll play a Thresh as well, obviously. We will obviously attack with all. Can he find 3 damage? And then we should win next turn. We can kill units. If he gets Fervor, we can win. I think Decimate is the only thing we can't beat. You die there. I'm pretty sure Decimate is the only thing, and that has to be Decimate next turn as well, and we still could be able to beat it if we get something like Unspeakable Horror. Yes! Woohoo! Oh, that was close. So a lot of Nox Bilgewater, but that's no surprise considering how good the regions are. Again, this one shouldn't be as difficult. We do go a little slower than them. Of course, we could still be in some trouble. Does Whale hit us big here? Maybe not. Kind of want like Vengeance, I guess, for Swain. But Whale could be good if they... yeah, I'll keep it. If we get kegs and stuff, it could be useful. We keep finding salvages. Ooh, Kaja. Obviously fits pretty well with Swain. I will do that, you know. Looking at our hand, I think it's pretty easy play. Would I rather pass here and then play it next turn and potentially do it? Let's see what he does. We're obviously playing slower, and so, you know, if we're under no threat, there's no real reason to start off. And if he plays, like, you know, if he plays starts playing a bunch of stuff with, like, low health, then maybe we'll even go in for Whale next turn. Okay. See, by passing there, we just essentially got to kill the KEG. For free. And we're still not under that much threat there. So we get a free kill on the KEG. Find these vengeances, which obviously could be pretty useful for Swain and Leviathan. Okay, he wants to draw an extra card, that's fair enough. We will attack with that. I guess we will play this now. Might as well. I don't want to, you know, show him anything either. So we will do that. We find a Stygian Onlooker. Not ideal. Doom Beast is kind of always, I think, the one that we're probably looking for. So I think we open attack here. He could obviously play Twisted Fate. So we don't want to commit to Stygian before that. You know, and we might get 2 free damage here. We also get to see what he's doing if he isn't Twisted Fating. Probably don't want to spend too much mana because we might want to Vengeance Swain next turn. So, you know, we probably only want to spend 4 mana this turn. So we could salvage. He is blocking. Okay. That I find intriguing. Make it rain. Death Lotus. I've seen more and more people play this card, and it always surprises me. Still, that's fine. See if he comes up with anything else. Obviously, we still got our Withering Whale, so we aren't too worried. Alright, it's somewhat tempting to do now. But I will just salvage. Because then he might be more inclined to open attack. And not bring out Swain. I'll press the OK button. Press the end round button. See what he does. This Swain, and now we've got a choice, right? We could go Thresh. We could go Gangplank even. I quite like Gangplank here, I think. Gangplank into like Val Feast, even his own parlay, but probably more likely Val Feast. So if I do this, I go down to 16. If I do it afterwards, we're still on 16. Doesn't really matter. So I'll just skip now. I will do it after the fact. I don't think it really mattered either way. I guess he could have done some combat trick or something if I did it before, so I guess it is slightly better to do it after. I'm not sure for 1 mana what he would do, but there's always the chance. Now, the way he attacked there, I'm kind of thinking he's probably got Flock. So I probably do want to play Thresh. I think here as well. Because this death toll is going to go up somewhat, you know, with us both playing kegs, with you know, some small bodies on the field. I want to, you know, make sure that, like, if he makes it rains now, you know, even if our spider dies, or if he goes for a red card here,
Something for all.
we are still getting something out of it. Swain will level up. I still got that vengeance, so I'm not too worried about that. So I expect a flock here. Here it is. There's a Swain's Ravenous Flock as well. Yeah, that was always to be expected, I think. So what I'll do here... We have to hope he doesn't have a second one. I will use Gangplank's Parlay. As I say, if he kills our Gangplank, we could be in some trouble, but...
Be nothing left when I'm done.
I will use this Gangplank's Parlay. Well, we've got Withering Whale. So maybe I show him I've got Withering Whale. Maybe I play this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just go for the attack.
Buy us some time.
Okay. I will obviously block Swain. I'll block there. I'll go for Withering Whale. Chooses to flock my Gangplank, so I'll obviously just glimpse that. Find another Thresh.
Keep up.
Play Zap. So at some point, obviously, I have to choose to get rid of this Swain. I think by starting with Aristocrat, we just leave our options open at first. He's just gonna pass. Oh, I'm in a bit of a tough situation here, because if he obviously plays... If he plays Leviathan... Can I just take this pass? I actually think I can. I'm vengeancing this anyway. Whereas if I did anything else, he could play... Like, if I vengeance this, if I Swain, he can just play Leviathan. Or he would just play it there, for instance. If I play Dreadway, do I want to play Dreadway into that? Perhaps not. So I've got 12 mana, so I can still Gangplank or Thresh. And Vengeance. So I think let's... What's better? Guess let's Thresh. And then I think we're going to kill the Leviathan.
Let's do this.
Looks like trouble.
So Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of Leviathan. Pretty sure that's the bigger threat. He can Swain this, but that's no big issue. So let's see. Fervor, maybe? I actually think he would have been better off fervoring beforehand to stop my Thresh. So obviously we know what he's probably going to do now. Scorched Earth. So it doesn't want to play that other Swain. I'm thinking kind of similar. Can I not just pass again? By that same logic though, can I not just open attack? And he would block. Like the zap I can't block either way, right? This would save me 2 damage, but I could always Val Feast. Whereas this is giving me the chance to react. Because drawing this Ruination is really interesting. See what he does. Goes for a Death Lotus. Okay. How many cards is Twisted Fate on? I should keep track of that as well. Doesn't want to do anything, eh? Can't ruinate. I cannot ruinate. I could play you. If I can't ruinate, I think obviously I have to start with just the cheapest option I've got. He still just wants to pass. I could now Gangplank and go for a Val Feast on Swain. So yeah, I think I will do that. Because now if he plays the Leviathan, I can still do that. And that's fine. And now his open attack isn't good either. Okay, and if he does nothing, that's fine. Also, his open attack isn't that good. I don't want him to be able to Rex either. So I will go with that. So that's stopping a Rex, it's healing me 3. Thing is, if I play the Dreadway, obviously my Ruination then becomes somewhat a lot worse. So I think I can just pass it on over to him. Now... Ah, the Twisted Fate. I forgot about the Twisted Fate. I forgot about the Twisted Fate.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
Ah, that was bad. I should have killed the Twisted Fate. So I guess I will have to go for it now.
There she is. Oh. They'll be floating in the water. And they call
So he
me
plays
the
Twisted
giant.
Fate. So he plays Rex. So he did have Rex. So now I'll go for this. Before he can get anything else out of it. So it's going to be Fervor. I'm pretty sure he's got Fervor. He keeps sort of showing me Fervor. I keep getting Dust Rider, which obviously isn't great. That was a big misplay though. I just completely forgot about it. I was too busy focusing on, oh, he's got Rex. So I can attack with you. I can probably still attack with you. Ah, do I want to attack with you? I could probably attack with Gangplank. Let's go with that. This is 6 damage here. We still got this other Gangplank as well. It's down on 10. He only got 5 mana. So he does just have to end the round. Find another deckhand. That's fine. It's actually a 5/5, crazily enough. So I guess I'll play it. It keeps my options open as well. Oh, it's not Nightfall. Come on, Chris. Use your brain. Oh my god. Why was I thinking that? I was just reading the card. I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. Why did I do that? Why is this card so bad? I mean, I don't think I've ever played this card, to be honest. But my god, it's been a marathon game. Okay, so he wants to keep his Swain alive. He loves keeping that Swain alive. So yeah. Is this because he's got another Rex? But obviously he can't play another Rex, so I'm not really too worried about it. Do I play another Gangplank? I think I do, right? Am I just putting him under a lot of threat here? Okay, he flocks that. Guess I'll glimpse that. You got another flock? Death's Hand. See, I'm playing this flock now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can attack with this Dreadway at this point. If he blocks with this Swain turns into a non... Now we get them. And these are now dealing 4. Maybe that's what I do. Do I start off with, like, go hard? And force him to play something else? I'm pretty sure this is 1 heal further. Nope, salvage. Gets rid of a Leviathan. But now I'm forcing him to play a unit again. Forcing him to play a unit that can block a Fearsome. Does go with Swain. So surely we should be just trying to put on as much pressure as possible. So that was another Swain. So that's his last Swain. Okay, and he does find that. But if I get rid of Swain... If I kill this Swain, he has to block this with you. This Gangplank then will deal quite a bit of damage. This Gangplank then, so the max he can block that. So the Gangplank will deal 8. Has to block with that. So the Gangplank deals 8. So then these two deal 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's lethal. So even though I have played this game less than optimally, unless he has Crusty Codger, I guess he can survive. But he needs exactly a 1-drop, which he doesn't have. So if I attack with all, he has to block here. He has to block here. Or he can just die. Okay, I know I made some misplays in that game. I've never played Dusk Rider before. That one was pretty bad. But we got there in the end, and I think that that's all that matters, right? It's a slog of a game, but we got there.